Hello, good morning. Welcome to this magnificent edition of Super Breakfast Sports with me, Merit J, on your number one family lifestyle talk and urban radio, Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Today is Monday, the 8th day of August 2022. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are itching to talk about how your favorite football teams or even rival teams fared over the weekend on the return of football in England, Germany, and France. And I promise you can feel free to do that as the show progresses. And, of course, drop the pants if you like. But coincidentally, today is the final day of the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, UK. So on the show today, we'll be taking a look back at what has been Nigeria's best outing at the Commonwealth Games in the history of the competition. And with that in mind, we're asking you this morning, can Team Nigeria, based on the performances at these Commonwealth Games, can Team Nigeria go on to win gold medals at the next Olympic Games? In which sports is that most like? Remember, our last outing at the Olympic Games did not produce a gold medal. We had just 2 medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze medal. So from what you've seen from Team Nigeria athletes at the World Championships, at the Commonwealth Games, which will be ending today, do you think we can take that performance to win Olympic gold? We'll be speaking to a very well-respected sports journalist, Mr. Peter Abaje, on the Breakfast Sports this morning to guide us through this topic. Now, not to worry, as always on the show, you can be a part of it. Send us your thoughts and your comments via our Facebook, where we're live streaming at Super FM PH. We'll also throw the phone lines open so that you can contribute as well. You can put voice calls through to us and also drop your text messages on WhatsApp. Without wasting any more time now, vamos. All right, we'll kick off the breakfast for this morning talking about what happened on the local front in terms of football. The ITO FA Cup round of 16 for the men was played a game. So in the ITO FA Cup, we played on Saturday and then on Sunday. And here are the results from what happened over the weekend. Greenbird FC, who defeated Bayelsa United, defending champions Bayelsa United in the previous round, were knocked out by Niger Tornadoes by a lone goal. 1-0 in favor. It ended in favor of Niger Tornadoes. Lobby Stars also recorded the same result against Akure United, Akure City, defeating Akure City by 1-0. Heartland FC played in an interesting fixture against Dakada FC. It ended 1-0 in regulation time. And Heartland FC, the Nazi Millionaires, went on to defeat Dakada FC by 5-4 on penalty shootout. Same score line for Sunshine Stars versus Katsina United. It ended 1-1 in regulation time. Katsina United proceeding to win 5-3 on penalties against Sunshine Stars. DMDFC lost to Kano Pillars by 2-0. So the Pillars, the Saima Sugida, forging on into the quarterfinals of the tournament. El Kanemi Warriors played out a goalless draw with Wiki Tourist, and Wiki Tourist defeated El Kanemi 5-4 on penalties. Benden Insurance lost 2-1 to Nasarawa United, and in the shocker of the round of 16, Aqua United were knocked out of the competition in Enugu by Kogi United. Kogi United took the lead. Aqua United drew level, and in the 85th minute, Kogi United provided the last strike to knock Aqua United out of the competition. And based on the result, the quarterfinal fixtures have now been released. These quarterfinal fixtures will see Niger Tornadoes take on Lobby Stars in an NPFL affair. Wiki Tories versus Nasarawa United, still the same. Katsina United will take on Heartland FC, and Kano Pillars will take on Kogi United for a place in the semi-finals. The quarterfinals game will be played on Wednesday, the 10th of August, 2022. Now, still remaining in football, but taking things up a notch to the national team, Super Falcons and FC Barcelona Femeni forward Asisat Oshoala has reiterated her confidence in the Super Falcons to deliver success at the 2023 FIFA World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Nigeria Super Falcons is qualified for the 2023 World Cup by reaching the semi-finals of the just concluded 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations in Morocco. Now, while speaking to FIFA media, Oshoala maintained that football is a game, and with a bit of luck, the Falcons could achieve the unthinkable. She said, and I quote, "For the national team, 2023 World Cup is the next big tournament for us. I'm really looking forward to it. Results are decided on the pitch. Who says we can't win it? Football is a game of luck." Now, reacting to this, sports journalist Opemi Imoru is of the opinion that despite the place of luck in football, Nigeria must ensure that basic things are put in place for the Super Falcons to dream of success at the world stage. He said this while speaking to Super FM.
In as much as there's a saying that there's luck in so many things, I think there are so many basic things one needs to do before luck works sometimes. So practically, I won't say luck doesn't work in football sometimes, but we need to do the basic things. Like, you have to have that winning mentality. Yeah, who says the Falcons can win the World Cup? It is possible. If we can show the winning mentality, it goes a long way. If we put our hearts together, the basic things necessitating right from the admin to the players, everything put in shape.
She insisted that success at the FIFA World Cup is only possible for the Super Falcons if they, and by extension the Nigerian Football Federation, put in the hard work.
I think they can do better if they really want to win, and I think it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. One can always dream, and your dream comes true if you work hard. So they need to work hard. They need to wake up from the dream of we are big on the African continent. Everybody is big now. You just have to do what you have to do to win.
Now, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced that the draw for the 2022-2023 CAF Interclub competitions preliminary rounds will be conducted tomorrow, Tuesday, the 9th of August 2022 in Cairo, Egypt at 4 p.m. local time. This draw will mark the beginning of a journey to the 2022-2023 season of both CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. Wydad Athletic Club are the reigning CAF Champions League champions. Another Moroccan club, RS Berkane, are the defending champions of the CAF Confederations Cup, having won the trophy twice in 3 years. For the preliminary rounds, the first round of games will be played between the 9th and 11th of September, and then the 16th to the 18th of September, while the second preliminary round, will be played between the 7th and the 9th of October, and also 14th and 16th of October 2022. Now, our attention turns to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, which will be concluding today, and where a big discussion centers around as Team Nigeria has now recorded her best ever outing at the Commonwealth Games since her initial participation in 1950, after recording 12 gold medals, 9 silver medals, and 14 bronze medals for a total of 35 medals. Nigeria's best appearance at the Commonwealth Games came in the 1998 edition, where Nigeria finished with a total of 11 gold medals, her highest total of gold medals haul until yesterday, when there were superlative performances from Team Nigeria athletes. Earlier yesterday, Tobi Amusan cemented a place in history as one of the greatest Nigerian athletes of all time after storming away to a second consecutive Commonwealth Games title, winning the gold medal in women's 100-meter hurdles, taking down Bridget Foster Hilton's long-standing games record of 12.65 seconds by shaving off more than 0.3 of a second to run a new record of 12.30 seconds. By winning back-to-back gold medals, Amusan became the first Nigerian track and field athlete to successfully defend her Commonwealth title, joining Odunayo Adekuroye as the only two athletes to do so. Earlier on, Favour Ofili produced the best performance of her senior career at major championships so far, winning her first individual medal after racing to silver in the final of the women's 200 meters at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. The visibly fatigued Nigerian athlete clocked a time of 22.51 seconds, putting some daylight between her and Namibia's Christine Mboma, who was trailing with full speed, trying to close the gap on her African rival. However, Ofili's second place was not going to be overhauled, hanging on tightly for that. What there were other superlative performances as Nigeria won gold in the women's 4x100 meter relay and bronze in the men's 4x100 meter relay. And to cap things off, Ese Brume put up a big leap for a games record of 7 meters to clinch gold in the women's long jump. Congratulations to Team Nigeria. And because of such superlative performances, we will be speaking very shortly to Peter Abade to guide us through what has happened in Commonwealth in Birmingham and how we can build on such performances. Now let's talk about some basketball on the break for sports this morning. The Soso Bob Manuel Foundation has successfully concluded its 4-day elite basketball camp tagged the Future Champions International Basketball Camp in Port Harcourt, River State. Some of the kids who participated in the camp applauded the organizers of the camp for helping them learn new skills and the platform to showcase their talent to the world. Now let's have some tennis on the Breakfast Sports this morning. World number one Daniil Medvedev ended his losing run in finals with a 7-5, 6-love win over Britain's Cameron Norrie on Saturday to lift the title in Los Cabos, Mexico, and ramp up preparations for his US Open title defense. Medvedev, who was forced to miss this year's Wimbledon tournament because of a ban on Russian players due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, arrived in Mexico for the ATP 250 event for his first tournament since June. The Russian came into the finals in Los Cabos against last year's champion Cameron Norrie, having lost 5 straight finals dating back to last year's Paris Masters in November. After that, the 26-year-old was also defeated in the championship match of last year's ATP finals. He then went down in the final of the Australian Open at the beginning of 2022 before losing championship matches on grass in the Netherlands and Germany. However, his win in Los Cabos this weekend put an end to what had been an unfortunate run in finals. All right, now while we wait to connect with Mr. Peter Abaje for our big discussion this morning on the Breakfast Sports, let's give you some of a rundown of what happened over the course of the weekend in your favorite European leagues. In European football, which returned over the course of the weekend, we saw some superlative performances, and we'll start things off with some results from the German Bundesliga. In the German Bundesliga, the first game was played on Friday, and it was FC Bayern Munich thrashing Eintracht Frankfurt by 6 goals to 1. And then action continued on Saturday with some thrilling performances as well. On Saturday, we saw VfL Bochum lost at home 2-1 to FSB Mainz 05. Freiburg defeated Augsburg by 4 goals to 0. Wolfsburg played out a 2-2 draw with Werder Bremen. Union Berlin defeated Hertha Berlin in a derby by 3 goals to 1. Borussia Mönchengladbach also mirrored the same result when they defeated Hoffenheim 3-1. Borussia Dortmund defeated 10-man Bayer Leverkusen on Saturday by 1 goal to 0. And then yesterday, VfB Stuttgart played out a 1-0 draw with RB Leipzig, and 1 FC Cologne defeated Schalke by 3 goals to 1. And now for our big discussion this morning, I'm glad to announce that we have been joined on the Breakfast Sports by Mr. Peter Abaje. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Merit. What a superlative performance, like you said, in most of the European football leagues that started this weekend.
Superlative performance in the European leagues. And, as Nigerians, even more impressive was the performance of Team Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. Now, that's what we'll be pointing our focus on. Let me just get your own reactions. How excited or how impressed were you by Team Nigeria at the Birmingham Games?
I'm much more than impressed. I must confess, Merit. This contingent to Birmingham did surpassed our expectations, most especially the girls are contingent. They've really, raised the bar. They've set a standard for the guys. You can't believe it. All 12 gold medals came from the girls and not a single gold from the guys. Back in the day, it used to be the guys setting the standard for the girls. So I think this is a point out to the fact that the future is very, very, very bright for athletics in Nigeria.
Very interestingly, you had to mention that the future is very bright. And now let's try to look into our crystal ball and gauge what's happening in the future, because we've had contingents. I mean, athletes in time past who showed so much promise, especially at the Commonwealth Games. I remember the games in 1998 where we had Marion Yali in the quartet that won the women's 4x100-meter gold. But, they, in my own words, they did not quite reach their full potential. Now, what can be done to make sure that these talents, the likes of Favor Fili, Tobia Musa, and the other upcomers, young athletes in Team Nigeria's contingent right now, What can be done to ensure that they are kept together, they continue to improve on their performances ahead of the next big tournaments like the Olympic Games and the World Championships?
I think one thing that we need to do in this country is to expose our athletes pretty early. Favour Philip, for example, she's just 19. I remember 3 years ago when she came to Port Harcourt to come right up post UMA. It didn't go in her favor. She was living the next compound to mine. It didn't go in her favor. And she told her elder brother that she wouldn't want to go back to Asaba. She wanted to go to Unipo because she saw some young athletes training there. And that was how she came in contact with Coach George, the athletics coach at the University of Port Harcourt. And today, the story is different. Early discovery is the key. And not just discovering these athletes at their very young ages, it is also exposing them to regular competitions. Look at Favour at 19, she's already a Commonwealth medalist, a silver medal. If not for the COVID issues, if she had participated at the 100 meters event, who knows, maybe she would have finished behind the Commonwealth a double champion, the Jamaican athlete. So early discovery, and getting coaches. Our athletics coach should start working the way football coaches are working today. We have football coaches everywhere. In our backyards, we have football coaches, whether certified or not certified. Same should be done in athletics. Our coaches at the various sports councils should start going to the primary schools, to the secondary schools. In fact, head coach at the River State Sports Council, at the sports ministry, should make it mandatory for athletics coaches to go to entire sports meet of secondary school to go spot out talent between the ages of 12 and 14. 12 is already late, but there's nothing much we can do in this part of the country because there really are no structure. But for me, 12, JSS1, it's still okay for you to discover these athletes, begin to groom them, begin to expose them to modern techniques, in their various sports. And before they get to the age of 20, 21, they are already national, continental champion, and who knows, world champion.
All right. Final question for you now. Because of such good performance at the Commonwealth Games, a lot of Nigerians are in high spirits and really hopeful of what athletes can bring back to the country in addition to international meets. Well, it's also very important to note that the Commonwealth Games is quite different from the Olympic Games because there are a lot of teams, like the Frenchmen, the Italians, the Americans. We're not here at the Commonwealth Games, so it's a little bit less competitive than the Olympic Games. Now, from what we have achieved with these athletes at the Commonwealth Games, do you think come 2024 in Paris, we can have athletes who will be serious contenders to win gold medals in any sport?
Well, Merit, I'll disagree with you to say the Commonwealth Games is not as competitive as other global events. Who is the world record holder at the 100 meters hurdles today?
Toby Amusan, yes.
And she ran at the Commonwealth Games. She broke the Commonwealth record from 2:45 or 12:48 to 12:30. Who is the world athletics champion today? From Jamaica, also at the Commonwealth Games.
Thompson Harris.
And our team lost the 4x100 meters relay to Nigeria. So it tells you how competitive the Commonwealth Games is because the best around the world also converge there. Athletes want to break records. If you're the number one, you want to remain number one. You don't want to hear that, oh, I didn't participate in so meet. The Merit is the champion in that race. So it's going to be between Merit and myself if we meet in the next global competition. The Commonwealth Game is as competitive as every other game. What we need to do right now in Nigeria, we don't have to put so much pressure on Toby Amusan because she's Commonwealth champion, she's world champion, where we start expecting so much from her, like we did for Blessing Okagbare before she started doing things that today that we said were just unthinkable for an athlete that also be a blessing to Nigeria. We should start thinking of how to develop more Toby Amusan in Nigeria. We should start thinking of how to develop more Favour Ofili, more Grace Nwokocha. I want more Essie Brume, more Blessing Oburududu in wrestling. We've seen that these athletes can actually make their mark, in the global community. Blessing Oburududu came back to Nigeria with a silver medal at the last Olympic Games. So who says she cannot take it a step further to win a gold medal? Who says Toby Amusan with the right preparation, with the right psychology program for her, cannot retain or cannot win gold medal at the Olympic Games. She missed out last time out. She finished fourth. We can see the progress that she has made over the years. So it's one step at a time. You cannot win a race at the end without starting from the beginning. So for these girls, these athletes, they have made progress. We've seen how they have progressed. We've seen how Essie Brume has progressed over the years. We've seen how Toby has progressed over the years. We've also seen how Grace Mokocha, a student of Uniport, has also progressed over the years, becoming national sports festival champion in the 100 meters, 200 meters, becoming national champion, and now she has also, won a medal for herself and for the country at the Commonwealth Games. So they will all certainly set their eyes, in Paris next year. The sports ministry, their coaches needs to start thinking, needs to draw up a program that will not affect the reading of these athletes. That is the most important thing right now. A program that will not affect the reading of these athletes. Which competition do you want to participate in? We think this is the competition for you to participate in as you prepare towards the Olympic Games. Right. Because it's one medal that most of these athletes really want to win, to also write their names, in gold. World champion, Commonwealth champion, the Olympic gold medal is what is left for some of these athletes.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Peter Obade, for joining us on the program.
You're welcome, bro.
All right, we've heard from Mr. Peter Obade. He says keep the athletes together, ensure that they have good training programs, and also get them into high-level preparation competitions to get them prepared ahead of the big world meets. Now, we'll throw the phone lines open, 0705-079-1021 and 0811-743-1021. The WhatsApp line, 0905-948-1021. Time to get your thoughts. Good morning. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Yeah, good morning, Mary.
Good morning to you, Mr.
Yeah, give it up to my ragtag Nigerian team that we were mocking the other day. They've gone there to scatter all African nations and the best performance.
Oh, yes.
I mean, sometimes I'm going to take respect to this country. I know the things they work, but at least sometimes I'm going to give us that small respect. See, Mary, to be on the serious note, you see, there are things that work for some people, and there are things that cannot also work for some people.
Okay.
Because the way I think I really love the way in that Nigerian spirit. It's not that we cannot improve, but at least I keep telling us that despite the fact that when you look at it, generally speaking, even the countries that you think in Africa have some better organization and all that, Nigeria is still doing better than these countries. So when we criticize, of course, we'll try to put us on slack and encourage us also.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian, for your thoughts. And yeah, it was indeed a really superlative performance. Nigeria finished 7th on the medals table, number 1 in Africa, with a total of 35 medals, 12 gold, 9 silver medals, and 14 bronze medals. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Yeah, good morning, Mary.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Mr. Liverpool calling from Oyibo.
Mr. Liverpool, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm so much impressed and glad and happy. Because if you check past records at the Olympic, I think 2 medals, which is silver and bronze.
Yes.
And in Olympic, I don't know the kind of winning that we have, within this Commonwealth. I don't in the kind of some of performances that we have put in this Commonwealth that we have not even come quarter during the Olympics. So since we started attending the Olympics, where I'm saying that it's a welcome development. Nice, like one of the man that you interviewed have already said before. There is a program that you said that catch them young.
Yes.
It's what we are liking. We need to catch them young. And the man have already said my mind, because those days when I was coming up, around all those 95, 97 to 2000, when I was, I think, in secondary school, and rounded up, then those come to our school, take tennis during our inter-house was maybe 1 week, 2 weeks program, and inter-house was all those. During that time, you catch them young.
Okay.
And some of all these schools, they should have maybe standard athletes, some of pitch and other things, so that to put all this kind of things.
All
Let it be easy for us. Yes,
thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts on the program this morning. On WhatsApp, it says, good morning, Married. I'm happy with Team Nigeria. They have performed well. More especially our ladies, they deserve to be honored. Good start for City, good start for Haaland, disappointing start for United. Skifu Peru is my name. We will have time to talk about throwing the bands later today. I am very certain of that. On Facebook, we have Noale Biffy saying, that's the question I've also been asking. Early preparations matter a lot. I think we can win medals in athletics, freestyle wrestling, and maybe long jump or short put. Shegun Precious says long jump and hurdles for the women. That's where he thinks we can get realistically a gold medal. Now, this is the end of the broadcast on Super Breakfast Sports this morning. By 5 p.m., I will be here. Sky will be here. We'll talk you through what happened over the course of the weekend in the top European football leagues. I'm sure you're itching to go. I'm sure you're already served. You already prepared your bands to throw at the Manchester United face. We'll have time to do that by 5 p.m. But right now, I just want to say thank you for being a part of the show, for tuning in, for sending your thoughts and putting your phone calls through to us. I really, really appreciate it. It's a Monday, and start up your day, your week, right? And the only way to do that is to stick to Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Remain blessed.
Because no one does it better. We are Super FM.
We know what you want and how you want it.
We are Super FM. Yeah!
If no one knows how amazing your products or services are, then how can you make money from it? That is why you should hurry now with your jingles, special announcements, religious programs, political programs, and more. And let's take them directly to your target audience, as Super 93.3 FM PH is open for business. That's exactly right. Just walk into our commercial office located downtown at number 56 Agri Road by Sokoto Junction, Port Harcourt, or simply call our marketing sales rep on 091-5729-0709. Again, 091-5729-0709.